We have 6 pitchers today that will pitch ideas for SEEDLab. SEEDLab wants to make positive change. It's a project where the Bloomberg Philanthropies, the municipality of Anchorage and Anchorage Museum are collaborating. We're collaborating and making the possibility of connecting creative practitioners and communities. We believe that by doing that, we will create some compelling outcome that we haven't seen before. And in the challenges that we face in Alaska today, we need to look for new solutions. We need to move beyond talking about it and actually present new prototypes, new ideas, and new layouts for how we're going to approach the future. So we are very, very pleased that so many of you have presented ideas for this pitch event. And those 6 that we will meet today will definitely change our mind in many ways on how we can approach the challenges ahead.
All right. Hello, everybody. Can you hear me without a mic?
Yes.
I'm pretty loud. Everybody knows that. All right. So hopefully that didn't count towards my 7 minutes. I'm Jen Gordon, and this is Lauren. And there's a row of our compatriots in the audience here. We are a little bit obsessed with plastic waste. I use plastic. I use it every day. My glasses are plastic. My phone is plastic, right? And plastic is a reality that we have to live with. But I've had this motto for a little while that I want to minimize my use of plastics. I am pretty obsessed, I'll admit. I went sailing with my family. We went 8,000 nautical miles from Seldovia down almost to Guatemala, and we stopped at just about every beach along the way. This was not a quick journey. It took a long time. And on every beach, even the little remote ones in Alaska, we could find little bits of plastic, pretty much all the time. In Gore Point, which is a remote area where nobody lives, plastic bottle caps can be found from all over the world. And by the time we got to Mexico, we could just pick up a bag that was drifting around in the wind and fill it up with plastic within a minute. So this is an amazing trip. It changed our lives. And one thing it did for me is bring me back here with an awareness of how much plastic is in my life and how I can maybe make a difference in a positive way. So I started grocery shopping differently. And this is a picture of my cart. The first week I decided I was going to try to not purchase anything that was wrapped in single-use plastics. And I had to go to the butcher and explain that I wanted hamburger meat, but I just want it in a butcher paper wrapper. And he kind of looked at me like I was crazy, but he did it. My fruits and vegetables are always loose in the cart, and that really annoys some of the checkout people. But it's a change that I started to make. Somebody challenged me to do this. And I put it on Facebook, and I was really, really surprised at how many people were supportive and said, Jen, that's such a great idea. I'm shopping differently because of your post, thank you. And I thought, so a little spark kind of went off. Maybe this town is ready to make a change. And Lauren, speaking of plastic bags, what is up with these plastic bags on the stage?
Right? Well, I put my recycling out last night and my dog got into it. So now I have all these plastic bags everywhere. I'm trying to pick them up. Can't believe I've used this many.
1,500 plastic bags per family per year.
Wow.
And a whole bunch of bottle caps and other little pieces of plastic, a whole bunch of water bottles. This is the challenge. The challenge that we face is to reduce our contribution to plastic waste. And to start small, to do it here. We'd like to inspire a different, more sustainable way of shopping. And to save our planet. And I'm encouraged. There is engagement in this town already. Last year, the plastic bag ban, say that 10 times fast, plastic bag ban, was approved in August. More people care about this than I thought. Local establishments, I've noticed, are not serving straws anymore. The Zero Waste group on Facebook has 727 members. And I put a survey out asking whether people would be interested in the idea of an unpackaged store here in Anchorage, and I have 269 respondents in just about a month. It's been pretty remarkable. I think this town is ready for a journey of 1,000 miles. And we've already taken some steps. The schools are talking about it. The community compost center opened yesterday. Yay, right? It's encouraging. And so I have this hope for a solution. And the solution I'm hoping is called Blue Market Alaska, or Blue Market AK. This group of people has gotten together with me. They wouldn't let it go. Basically, I started talking about this and obsessing about this, and my friends kept saying, Jen, when is this thing gonna happen? And I'm like, really? Really? And I went away for a while, and I came back, and my friend Irene pulled me aside and said, aren't we gonna do this? And so we're doing it. It's an unpackaged store. They're popping up all over the world and in the lower 48. It's a store kind of like the mom and pop 70s natural food stores where you brought your bag or your bin in and you weigh it and you fill it with something. It's called a tear system. You can fill it with dry goods. You can fill it with shampoo. You can fill it with laundry detergent or dog food. You can get one little stick of the cinnamon instead of a whole bottle of 12 of them, and it's usually a plastic bottle. So that's one concept. You can start to use all those jars that are overwhelming you in your closets, in your drawers, in your kitchen, and you can never buy another shampoo bottle again. The store will also provide containers for when you don't have any. We'll sell new ones. We'll also repurpose them. We'll be a place where local farmers can come on the off days when it's not a market day and sell their goods. And we'll have a gift area, and everything there will be repurposed or eco-friendly. 50% of the goods that we sell, we like to be 50% locally produced, made, or manufactured, because we care about the carbon footprint that we produce. We want to be transparent and say, yep, we're trying really hard to have a smaller carbon footprint, and we're going to let you know when we make choices that are local and when we don't. And mostly this is a community space, so it's not just a place to go shopping. It's going to have an area that's open for workshops and gatherings and tip sheets and recipe cards and pop-ups. And 2% is going to go to, that's my buzzer, to a cause from the very beginning. We really hope that this is the kind of establishment that will create tide pools that have no plastic in them, that will help us have oceans that are so blue with things that are alive in the bottom, and will inspire a change of a habit, a shopping habit of disposable versus sustainable. And we are ready for questions.
It's a really interesting idea. I was curious how affordable it is for lower income people, or how you make it more equitable.
That's a really good question. So our idea is that we're going to be a smaller store, so we won't have like 50 brands. I'm going to use a bar of soap as an example. Okay, we won't have 50 brands of soap. We'll have maybe 3. One of them is made locally in Homer. Alpenglow is a great company that makes this, and they'll give it to us without any packaging, right? A second item might be a more high-end item that people are used to, people know, and maybe it's from out of state. And the third item will be more affordable. So we're going to try to hit all price points with each of our items to have a combination of local, affordable, and maybe a little more fancy options for you in the store.
Your name is Jen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Jen. I'm really taken away by your, not only the page itself, but also the fact that it comes from your personal trip and from your family and your kids and husband, and it's really wonderful to hear how that led to this. Having said that, I think it would be an interesting kind of, and I'm sure you might have thought about this already, but how can this kind of market or store can collaborate with the city itself? So that's not just a business model, but a business model that can garner some of the ideas that the city is already running with. So for example, and I don't know anything about Anchorage and what kind of things are going on because I'm from Virginia, but I'm thinking that, like how much does the city or even the state have to pay towards the landfill? Like operation cost. And if you can reduce a certain percentage of the plastic or the waste that goes into that, can that be counted towards the discount of the item in your store?
Oh, interesting.
You know what I mean? So there is kind of a collaboration, as a business model, but also as a kind of ideal model for this, partnership, between a local business that also, works together with other producers and makers, but also that has some seating or footing in the city itself in terms of how it runs.
Yeah, great idea.
I wonder if you were thinking about the possibility of going even further and eliminating the store altogether. I think on average, majority of us are buying the same thing every week, especially things were in bulk. I think London right now is going to go back to the traditional delivery of the milk. So if you have your own containers and you deliver the goods and people kind of return the empty ones, so it's kind of on rotation. So you eliminate the driving of the people. You eliminate no parking. It becomes completely, much more cleaner in a way, and also much more convenient and faster.
It is one of the things on our list of things that keeps coming back over and over, this idea of a delivery sort of model. We also were thinking if people walked or biked to the store and they couldn't carry their goods home, that we would deliver them later. But yes, that's an interesting way of looking at it, and it has been proposed. Yeah.
Thank you so much. The
Thank
time
you.
is up for that, and thank you very much.